lot of the whole Zionism thing is being instigated by the Jesuits. Strangely enough. 17, the moon landings were fake. Yeah. What you saw on TV was fake. It was filmed by Stanley Kubrick, more likely. We had already had a base on the moon at that point. You know, people that say that we never been to the moon, that's completely bogus. We were already there. That's the whole thing. The whole thing was just a farce. Anyway, yeah. 16, the Roswell UFO crash. So, yeah, a lot of people are unaware of this, but, you know, in a 1.5-year time period, there's like 4 or 5 different crashes, all in that same area. And I think what had happened was they had, like, switched on some kind of technology, and that's what caused the crash. And so they were like, oh, shit, we can actually shoot these fucking things down. And so that's essentially what they started doing. A lot of these crashes, look, these extraterrestrials don't travel, you know, hundreds of thousands of light years across the galaxy to come to some planet and just crash. Like, come on, they're shot down most of the time. I've actually seen videos of them shooting at UFOs, and like you'll see them shoot something, the UFO will just zoom out of the way real quick. Yeah. Anyway, you know, and then once the UFO comes down and crashes, it's just a mad dash. Whoever can get there first. Naval intelligence, CIA, NSA, you know, whoever can get there first and get their hands on that technology, you know, it gets crazy. 15, Bilderberg Group. So, yeah, so this is a group that, pretty much the most powerful people on the planet. All get together once a year in random locations all over the planet, and discuss the fate of the planet, I guess. It's completely illegal what they're doing, and they don't have a name. There's no name for this group. It's just the first place that they were discovered was in Bilderberg, so that's why they started calling it the Bilderberg Group. But yeah, people need to pay attention to this. This is wrong. This is not okay for this many powerful people from all over the planet to get together and start talking princes and royal families and you know, prime ministers and presidents and you know, media moguls and you know, big energy company CEOs and multi-billionaires. It's not okay for what they're doing. Anyway, 14, mainstream media propaganda. Yeah, so at least in America, the mainstream media is mostly, you know, controlled by the Rothschilds. There's only like 6 companies, I think, and all 6 of those, it's all controlled by Reuters, or the Associated Press. I can't remember which was which. One of them bought out the other one. Anyway, it's mostly controlled by the Rothschilds, which is why there's so much anti-Trump media out there. Is because the Rothschilds are Trump's enemy. Rothschilds have been the ones that have been in control of the United States and Britain for a long time now, and they need to be brought down by any means necessary. So, you know, you can hate Trump all you want, but if he can get rid of the Rothschild dynasty, fucking great. Anyway, 13, dumbing down of schools deliberately. Yeah. Look, they don't want intelligent, questioning, thinking citizens because they're much harder to control. The whole point of government is to control people. Govern, control, mente, mind, government, mind control. Simple as that. So yeah, they need imbeciles. They need dumb people to control. That's the Common Core and all that's It's all done intentionally to dumb down the population. 12, Freemasonry. I mean, hell, what do I say about Freemasonry? You know, it evolved out of the ashes of the Knights Templar. It's essentially the Knights Templar morphed into Freemasonry. You know, Freemasonry is extremely powerful, very powerful organization. Most of the people in the organization are completely clueless, and they're just, you know, simple people that enjoy the philanthropic work that gets done, and yada yada yada. But at the inner core of the Freemasons is where the power is, and that's where the corruption is. And they have a very tight screening process for anyone to actually get into that inner core. So it's no surprise that most Freemasons would say, oh, there's no corruption going on in the Freemasons. But yeah, how the fuck would you know? Just because you're a 33rd degree Freemason doesn't mean shit. Anyway. 11, Tesla suppression. Yeah, pretty much all modern technology we have is we owe to Tesla. The man was probably the most intelligent person to ever exist. Possibly even more so than Leonardo da Vinci. It's hard to say because they're operating in different time periods. But the man was an absolute genius. Probably the most intelligent person on the planet ever to live. And a lot of his work was completely destroyed and sequestered by the FBI. It came in, took all of his work, destroyed his lab. J.P. Morgan and Westinghouse and Thomas Edison, you know, the guy was just fucked. He was dicked around his whole life. Yeah, it was very sad. But yeah, absolute genius. 10, shadow government. Yeah, there is a shadow government. What else do I say about that? Yep. 9, organized religion. Yeah, there's no separation between church and state. You know, of course, like I said, the Vatican, you know, most corrupt organization on the planet, hands down, and extremely powerful. But also Mormons, Jehovah's Witnesses. You know, these organizations have a lot of power too, and there's a lot of corruption involved with them. A lot of connections between Mormonism and like the Odinist Fellowship, and you know, Nazism. Believe it or not. Anyway, 8, reptilians. Yeah, so look, I've done quite a bit of research, and it seems highly likely to me that reptilians do exist in some form or fashion. It seems like there are several races of, well, ETs that are reptilian in appearance. Some could be more dinosaur looking, some more crocodile looking, some could be more snake looking, some could be, you know, just different types of reptile creatures. Some have wings, you know, some, you know, have tails. It's, you know, yeah, reptilians. As far as them shape-shifting and, you know, preparing as humans, I mean, yeah, sure, I could see that as a possibility. I've seen a lot of very strange things, and I've heard a lot of stories of people that I've met that talk about how they've seen people's eyes change to reptilian eyes. Met these people personally that have relayed these stories to me. And not just seen all the videos online, but, you know, it seems highly possible to me. 7, JFK assassination. Yeah. So just like Lincoln, you know, he was trying to get the United States to start printing its own money and trying to abolish the Federal Reserve. Can't do that. No surprise why they didn't like that. Was Executive Order 00000001 or 111111100? I don't know, something like that. He was also going to share the very limited UFO information that he had with the public. They did not want that to happen. There's a lot of similarities between him and Lincoln. Very strange, synchronistic similarities. I think I might just do a video on that too, because people need to pay attention to how synchronistic those two things are and why that is. Jordan Maxwell actually has a video. You can look it up. Just type in Jordan Maxwell, Lincoln Kennedy. And he talks about all the different similarities between the two. It's uncanny, the similarities between the two. And there's a reason for that. Anyway. Number 6, alien abductions. So yeah, this was mostly following the Grenada Treaty that Eisenhower had signed, that I talked about in the previous video. And yeah, so there was a lot of it was breeding hybridization programs. I think a lot of it has died down at this point because now the hybrid children are here. And they're here on the planet, and they're integrating with society now. Yeah, so that's what's going on with the abductions. 5, Federal Reserve. Yeah, like I said, completely corrupt organization. Read The Creature from Jekyll Island, G. Edward Griffin's book. I have it somewhere around here. Fantastic book, talking all about the creation of the Federal Reserve and all the corruption involved and the secrecy involved. It's not federal at all. It has no reserves. It's a private bank, and it's completely egregious that the United States is getting its money from a private bank. It has no allegiances to any governments whatsoever except itself. This is where we're getting our money from. This is who we all owe so much money to. Fuck these people. Who the fuck? I mean, come on. This is ridiculous. Anyway. 4. The Illuminati run the world. No. I mean, no. The Illuminati are just one organization among many that have their own agendas. They're powerful, but they don't run the whole world. Nobody runs the whole world. Closest you can get probably would be the Jesuits at this point. But, sometimes Illuminati is just a blanket term to describe anybody that's involved in the mysteries. But yeah, so that's, yeah. 3, 9/11 was a false flag. Of course it was, people. Their main argument was that jet fuel is what caused these steel frame built towers to collapse free fall speed into their own footprint. But, the World Trade Center 7 collapsed free fall speed into its own footprint, and it wasn't even hit by a plane. So, that whole argument went out the fucking window. And they don't even talk about World Trade Center 7 in the 9/11 omission report. Come on, people. It was a false flag. Fuck, get over it. 2, ancient astronauts. Yeah, so it seems pretty clear to me that there was open contact with extraterrestrials in our past. The whole Old Testament is what it's talking about. Just, read the story of Sodom and Gomorrah again. Tell me, did it sound like God, the Creator, and 2 angels? Or does it sound like 3 extraterrestrials came and talked to Abraham and went and blew up the cities? Anyway, but even more other ancient texts, they all talk about this. They all talk about open contact with extraterrestrials. Over every culture, all over the planet. Indigenous cultures, Babylon, all of them, Sumer, they all talk about it. Number 1, New World Order. Yep. That's the name of the game, folks. New World Order. They want one world government, you know. Yeah. Look at Logan's Run. Look at The Matrix. Look at Equilibrium. Look at THX 1113. Look at you know, The Island. Look at all of these movies. They're all saying the same thing. They're all trying to show you the same thing. This is what they want. That's what the New World Order is. Look at the Georgia Guidestones. That's their goal. That's what they want. They want a population of 500 million people living underground in a completely monitored facility, being watched all the time, while the elite live on top of the planet in these cybernetic superhuman bodies where they can live forever, they can fly around, they're super strong, and just have wild sex orgies in nature, and let the whole planet go back to a big nature reserve, basically. And have all their technology and everything taken care of by the completely controlled population of 500 million people living underground. That's what they want. That's the goal. Alright. So, there it is. 100 top conspiracy theories. I think there's only a couple of those that I hadn't researched. But, yep. That's my opinion on those. That's a brief synopsis of them. Each one of them, of course, could warrant their own individual video. Some of them I have done individual videos on. And I'll end up doing individual videos on a number of these in the future. Anyway, so there you have it. Truth Control's Top 100 Conspiracy Theories. Thank you for listening.